All right. Hello, ladies. What day are we today? We are Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And welcome to another live edition of my training that I do, my live masterclass that I do here weekly in this Facebook community. The reason why I do this is to educate you so that you have some knowledge. And I'm actually thinking about starting a podcast in 2025. So once I do start that podcast in 2025, you'll be able to watch me do the recorded live version of the podcast in my Facebook group first before it's released on my podcast. So this will give you guys an opportunity to kind of be part of my podcast with me. So make sure you show up for these lives. I put the schedule within the community weekly on when I do the lives. Today we're going to talk about how to get toned in your 40s and beyond. Now, before I get into this, I want to, I'm not sure if you guys saw, but I am doing a pretty epic Black Friday promo right now. I am going to actually, I'll share my page with you guys so that you can see what the Black Friday promo is. And again, this is actually open to current clients as well too. I'm almost sold out of all of the spots that I'm doing because I'm only doing 10 bundles. But if you are someone that's in the community, you know, you've been watching all the client transformations that we have with clients that work with us, you're kind of sitting on the sidelines of like, you know, should I do this? Should I not do this? In terms of like, in terms of joining our program, it's probably a good time to do it now because this promotion is like the biggest promotion that I've ever done. So with the bundle, you're basically getting 5 months of coaching, plus you're getting 1 month free of coaching. So you pay for 5 months, but you get 1 month free. The payments are monthly. It's not all up front. In addition to that, you get your choice of one of these gift cards, Walmart, Sephora, Starbucks, or Amazon. You get your choice of a walking pad or a massage gun. You know, these are both meant to be for recovery pieces. And then you get access to this vault, which is our exclusive vault here of all our Frenza Fit resources all in one spot that you'll have access to, okay? So if you're interested in it, you do need to fill out this application form. Once you fill out the application form, it will redirect you to book an application call with me. So just because you fill this out does not mean that you've signed up for it or you've got it. You still have to go through a call with me because we want to make sure that it is a good fit for both you and us for you to join this program. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're working with the right type of people or woman in our program so that you see the best success and that our program is catered for you. It is individualized to each and every person, but we are looking for, you know, the right type of woman that we want to work with that is committed and dedicated to wanting to make change in her life. So yeah, don't want to forget about this promo. If you saw it, jump on it. Like I said, I only have a couple spots left and I've got calls today and tomorrow. A lot of you that are current clients have already took me up on this offer. So a lot of our current clients have already kind of taken these spots. I'm so like, just make sure you do it and you do it fast before all of the spots are taken because it is a very, very amazing promo. Okay. So I wanted to go over that with you. Today, what we are going to be talking about, and I am just going to make sure that I can see any comments because sometimes what happens is like you guys make comments, but I don't see them until afterwards. So I just want to make sure that you guys can see my comments here. And if you are watching, say hello. So today we're going to talk about how to get toned in your 40s and beyond. So if you are part of this group, most likely you're over the age of 40 because this group is for women over 40, or you might be in your late 30s. So some of you are in your late 30s and you're in this group, okay? So, I am a women's nutrition and fitness and body transformation coach. So I specialize in helping women over 40 build strong, lean, toned hourglass bodies that they feel confident in. So whether you're here because you've been struggling to lose weight, you want to feel stronger, or you simply want to look and feel your best, you are in the right place. Getting toned in your 40s and beyond is absolutely possible, but it requires a very strategic approach that aligns with the natural changes that is happening in your body. So today I'm going to share research backed up strategies that help women over 40 get stronger, build muscle, and feel their best, and really get that toned look that a lot of you guys are after. By the end of this presentation, you'll have actionable tips backed by science that you can start using today. So let's dive in, okay? Let's first talk about the why. Why does it feel harder to get toned as we age? Okay, so number one, it's hormonal changes. As we age, hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone naturally decline. The reason why this is happening is because our ovaries start to produce less of these hormones, and our ovaries are ceasing, like they're actually stopping to work for us, okay? Because as we age, we're born with all of these eggs. When we're born with million of eggs, and as we age, we release those eggs and we lose those eggs, and eventually we don't have eggs anymore, and then we start losing the production of estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So estrogen and testosterone, they actually play very key roles in maintaining muscle mass and regulating fat storage, particularly around the belly. Testosterone, often thought as the male hormone, is also crucial for women because it supports muscle growth. To be honest with you, when we look at testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone, if we compare the levels in the right units, we actually have more testosterone in our body than we do compared to estrogen and progesterone, okay? Now, if we look at a study that was published by the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, found that the decrease in estrogen are associated with the loss of lean muscle mass and an increase in fat mass during menopause. So what's happening here, ladies, is that because we are losing estrogen and testosterone during this time of our lives, muscle mass is going to start declining. And if muscle mass declines, then that means that we are naturally going to be carrying more body fat. So a perfect example that I can give you is that, let's just say your weight stays the same. Let's just say you're a woman, you're 150 pounds, your weight stays the same, you're not gaining any weight at this time. But if you're slowly losing muscle mass, which by the way, we lose 3 to 8% of our muscle mass per year if we are not doing the right things. So if you are losing muscle mass every year, but your weight is staying the same, you are naturally going to be carrying more body fat. Okay. It's not that the muscle turns into body fat. It means that we're losing body fat, and you may be gaining, like you're not necessarily weight, but putting on more body fat. So the other thing that happens is that because of this, our metabolisms will slow down. Okay. Because of muscle mass naturally declining, a process called sarcopenia, less muscle means a slower resting metabolic rate. Okay, and so the study, the percentage that I told you, the 3 to 8% of muscle mass that's lost, this rate accelerates after 50. And this research comes from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Okay, so that's the second reason. The third reason is stress levels. Many women in their 40s and beyond are juggling careers, family, aging parents, leading to chronically elevated cortisol levels. High cortisol can increase fat storage and inhibit muscle growth, meaning it prevents your body from building muscle. So the good news is that these changes are irreversible. By focusing on strength training, proper nutrition, and lifestyle adjustments, you can build muscle, burn fat, and feel incredible. Now, the one thing that I want to talk about is how to get toned. Okay. So how you need to get toned is to have more muscle on your body. So how many of you have done a diet where you felt like you looked skinny fat afterwards? Pop a on me in the comment section if that was ever you, where you did a diet, you lost a whole bunch of weight, but then you felt like you looked skinny fat at the end of it, meaning like you had a lot of loose skin, maybe you were carrying a lot of belly fat. Pop a comment in me, just say me in the comment section if this was ever you. Okay, so the reason why that happens is because of the loss of muscle mass that occurs when you are doing extreme diets. Okay, so when you're extremely, like if you're just cutting calories only, you're not strength training, you're not being mindful of how much protein you are consuming, you're going to lose a bunch of weight, which also includes muscle, and then you're going to not look toned, not look defined. You're not going to look the way that you want to. Now, how many of you have the goal of wanting to actually look toned? Like you want to look tight and toned. You don't want to have, you know, the arms that we talk about that maybe are like, you know, with the wing arms or anything like that. We want to have strong, toned, and defined arms, legs, body. Okay, say yes, I want that. I want to look toned. Comment toned in the comment section. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do in order to get this look is we need to be strength training. Okay, like I just had a conversation with somebody this morning, and she's like, you know, I'm going to just do yoga twice a week. Yoga is great for stretching. It's great for, you know, relaxing. It's great for mobility work, but it's not going to build muscle. A lot of you are doing things like Pilates and yoga, which they're great, but they are not actively building muscle in your body. You may feel stronger doing those exercises, but you actually need resistance and you need to lift weights in order to build muscle. Okay? Strength training is the most effective way to build muscle and get toned, and here's why. Muscle boosts your metabolism. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns calories even at rest. So research published in the Medicine and Science and Sports and Exercise shows that strength training increases your resting metabolic rate. So the more muscle you have on your body, like muscle is a very, very expensive tissue for your body to keep on your body. So your body will do, like, if it doesn't need it, it will get rid of it. If it's not being used, it will get rid of it. Okay, this is also why we start to see this huge decline in muscle mass as we age. So it's really important that we strength train to maintain and continue to build that muscle. When most women say that they want to be toned, what you actually mean is that you want to build muscle and reduce body fat. Okay, that is the scientific term. That is the fitness expert term. You guys say toned. The actual science backed up way of looking at this is meaning you are building muscle and you are reducing your overall body fat. Okay, now when we're strength training, what you want to be doing is compound movements. Okay, these are exercises that are target multiple muscle groups. So these includes things like squats, deadlifts, push-ups, rows, hip thrusts, pushes like shoulder presses, chest presses. You know, you could do pull movements like rolls, you could do pull-ups. Okay, and you want to start off with 2 to 3 strength training workouts per week. The key is that you want to be lifting with progressive overload training, which means gradually increasing your weight, reps, or intensity over time. So the way that you would do this is that you would do these compound movements in your workout program. So if you did 2 or 3 days a week, they would be full body workouts. If you want to do 4 days a week, then you can do a combination of 2 upper body and 2 lower body workouts, okay? Using, again, these compound movements. And what progressive overload means is that each week you are going to try and lift heavier than you did the week before. Okay, so we talked about this actually in our town hall meeting with all our one-on-one clients last week, where we talked about how to actually train with progressive overload training. And Tammy, who's my assistant coach, who coaches a lot of our clients, she talked about how to do this. So for example, if you are lifting 10 pounds and you are doing this weight consecutively for all, let's say 3 sets. So if you did 10 pounds your first set, 10 pounds your second set, 10 pounds your third set, and you did all of those sets with the same intensity that you started off with rep 1 to 10. So you did rep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the same intensity. Your load, which means the amount of weight that you are lifting, is probably can go up. Okay. So the goal is always to lift a little bit heavier, even if next time you're lifting 11 pounds. And what you could do to do that is get like these fractional weights that weigh like 1 pound. They're like little like weights that are round that you can add on to your free weights to go up. Even if it's 1 pound, at least you're lifting a little bit heavier. Okay. And so the goal is always to progressively lift heavier. Now, if you are doing the exact same, and lifting the exact same weight week after week, you are not going to be stimulating muscle growth. Okay, you're just working out and moving your body. But we want to be intentionally moving, doing our workouts so that we are constantly stimulating muscle growth. Okay, we got things working against us over the age of 40. We have our hormones working against us because we've lost them. So we are not like we used to be when we were a younger female and had the hormones to actively help us build that muscle. We need to work smarter when it comes to this. So we need to make sure that we're engaging in the right type of activities and we're training properly. The second thing that we need to be doing is nutrition. We need to be fueling our body with the proper macronutrients. So protein is queen, okay? Protein is essential for muscle repair and growth, okay? A 2018 study in the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition recommends roughly around 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight for optimal building muscle. Okay, so if you are a woman that's 150 pounds, that's about 150 grams of protein daily. Or let's just say you're a woman that's 180 pounds and your goal weight, your ideal weight is 150 pounds, and you want to aim for about 150 grams of protein. Sources of protein, you want to go for some lean protein sources, meaning that they're not too high in fat, okay? Things like chicken breast, turkey breast, ground chicken, ground turkey. Things like fish, so white fish, shrimp. You could do eggs, egg whites. You can do some plant-based proteins as well too, like tofu and tempeh. However, some of the other plant-based proteins are very high in carbohydrates, so you're not going to get a lot of them. Of course, you can supplement with a protein powder, a good quality protein powder. I recommend Perfect Sports Diesel for a good quality protein powder. And the reason why I recommend that, you could do the diesel whey isolate, so it has no carbs and fats in it. It's just pure protein that you're getting. Because it can be hard to get that 150 grams of protein per day. Okay, unless you're one of our clients, we map it out for you 100%. You have a meal plan and everything. There's no guesswork. We get you to that amount of protein that you need to be eating. Okay, the other thing is don't be afraid of carbs. Carbs are your body's primary energy source. Women often cut carbs to lose weight, and this is the worst thing that you can be doing, especially if you're a woman over 40 that's going through perimenopause and menopause. Our bodies need carbohydrates. Carbs fuel your workouts, and they also help with recovery, which is super important for women that are over 40. You want to focus on whole carbs that are complex carbohydrates, things like sweet potatoes, brown rice, oats, quinoa, squashes. You want to have a balanced meal. So when you are creating your plate for nutrition, You want to make sure that half of your plate is full of veggies so that you get enough fiber in your diet. Okay. That's another really key thing that we want to be doing is having enough fiber in our diet. Then, you can aim for about 1 to 2 palm-sized servings of protein at each meal. If we're not tracking, I do recommend that you track. It will create a lot of awareness, a lot of education. But to start off, you could do 1 to 2 palm servings of protein on your plate, half your plate with veggies. That'll help you with your fiber. And then, for your fats, like for your carbs, you can do like a fistful of carbs. So that could be brown rice, quinoa, these things that I've told you. And then for your fats, you could do a thumb size for your fats. Okay, that's how you want to build your plate. The third pillar to helping you get tone, because this is a whole holistic approach to everything, is we want to look at your lifestyle habits and recovery. So for right now, let's talk about just stress management. High cortisol can really inhibit muscle growth and lead to fat storage. So we want to manage your stress as best as possible. What are some things that you could be doing to manage stress? One of the best ways to manage stress and reduce cortisol levels is walking. Okay. That is why I am including a walking pad in my Black Friday promo. Walking reduces cortisol. And now that we're going into the winter months, sometimes with the snow, too cold outside, we can't get outside for a walk. We could get yourself a walking pad. It's one of the best ways to reduce cortisol levels. Okay, you could do things like yoga. Yoga comes into play here with stress management. You can do meditation, journaling, take some time, like have a good wind down routine before you go to bed so that you can calm your cortisol levels, like calm the sympathetic nervous system down before you even get to bed. Do some reading, take a hot bath. Don't be scrolling on your phone like that. I know it may be calming for some, but it doesn't set yourself up for a good night's sleep. We wanted to be doing things that are off the tablets, off the screen to really help you calm yourself down and get some stress management. Okay, it's really, really key, especially for women over 40. So if your cortisol levels are high, again, it's going to contribute to that muscle loss that's happening. And if you're losing muscle, it's going to be hard for you to get that toned and defined look that you're looking for. Okay? So before we wrap it up, I want to talk about some common pit mistakes and how to avoid them. So number one, stop overdoing cardio. Cardio is great for heart health, but too much can elevate cortisol and burn through muscle. Again, if your primary way of exercising is cardiovascular exercises, and I'm not just talking about running on the treadmill, this includes like HIIT, group fitness classes. Even though those group fitness classes may have some weights in them, the intensity and the rate at which you're exercising, it's elevating your heart. It's elevating your heart, which means it's also elevating cortisol levels. If your heart rate is raised, it means you're doing cardiovascular workout. So a journal of strength and conditioning research found that combining excessive cardio with inadequate strength training can lead to muscle loss. So why does this happen? It's because, again, your body doesn't need it. It's like, okay, we're doing a bunch of cardio. We don't need this expensive tissue here anymore. Okay, we're going to pare that down. Your body is going to pare down muscle to actually use that as energy. So your focus should be, honestly, ladies, this is exactly what all of our clients do. They strength train 3 to 4 times a week and they walk. There's no cardio in there unless, they have a goal, like maybe they're training for a marathon or something like that. Then, we will put that in there for them strategically. But typically our clients don't do that because we do not want to raise cortisol levels and we do not want to be losing muscle mass. Okay, if anything, if you are going to do anything, what is recommended is true high intensity interval training, meaning you go all out for 30 seconds and you rest for 2 to 3 minutes in between. What you're doing in these HIIT classes is not true high intensity interval training. That is like medium intensity training. And all that does is drive the cortisol levels up. True high intensity interval training means you are going all out as fast as you can for 30 seconds, but your rest in between is you are getting that heart rate completely down, which can take anywhere to 2 to 3 minutes in between. You're not doing this 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. No, that is actually medium intensity training. The other mistake is eating too little. Cutting calories, being in a calorie deficit for too long. You know, so many of you are eating that 1,200 calorie diet for years and years. Okay? When you are eating too little of calories, your body will become metabolically adapted. Your body does not have the fuel to build muscle. And again, what's going to happen is your body is going to start losing a significant amount of muscle mass. Okay? You want to think of your body like a car. It needs the fuel to function, and it needs the fuel to function. So when we put our clients through a calorie deficit, so when we take them through the second phase of our program, which is called our lean out phase of our program, this is where we take our clients through a calorie deficit. So they're eating less calories so that we can help them lose that body fat. When we take them through this phase or through this stage, what happens is that when we take them through this stage, what happens is that we don't do a prolonged period of calorie deficit. We might do 10 to 12 weeks max. We take a dieting break because we want to avoid them losing muscle mass. Okay? And the other thing you want to avoid the quick fix fad diets, ladies. You know, if someone's promised you 20 pounds of weight loss in 1 month or 2 months or whatever the case may be, run. Okay, because all this is doing is, yes, you might lose the weight, but every single person that I've talked to that have gone this route, they've all gained the weight back. And when you do that type of quick fix fad diet where you're drastically dropping your calories too low, guess what ends up happening? You lose a lot of muscle mass. Okay, so there needs to be a more strategic approach, which is exactly what we specialize in. Okay, I am trained in this. Tammy is trained in this. We have years of experience and education around this. You know, I've personally done it myself. I've lost 50 pounds myself. I am a fitness model. I have been published in multiple fitness magazines. I have been on covers. I know how to do this, and I did this over the age of 40. And so I teach our clients to do the exact same thing. Okay, I look toned, fit, and defined on all of these, you know, all of those times because I know how to preserve the lean muscle mass. Okay, those quick fix fad diet approaches, you're going to look skinny fat, you're going to lose a whole bunch of muscle, and it's not going to give you the look that you wanted. It happened to me. Okay, before I was chasing the quick fix, I was chasing the number on the scale. And what I ended up happening, and actually that's one thing that I want to talk about, is the scale. We're not chasing the number on the scale. What you want to actually look like may not be the number that you think it might be on the scale. Why? Because muscle, not that muscle and fat weigh the same, but muscle is more dense than fat. So a lot of times our clients come to us and what they'll do is they'll lose a whole bunch of body fat but gain lean muscle. So we'll only see like maybe a 5 pound difference on the scale, but they look a lot leaner and they look really toned and defined. So basically what we can do is like change their body composition. Okay, and you're not going to do that by doing these quick fix fad diet approach. Okay, so I want to leave you with this. You are not too old to get strong, toned, and confident. Age is not a limitation. Yes, you can do this. It's an opportunity to take control of your health and show up as your best self. So here's what you can start doing today. Commit to at least 2 strength training sessions per week. And if you don't know what to do, comment workout below and I'll send you my Hourglass Body Blueprint, which has everything that you want. You want to add 20 grams of, at least 30 grams of protein to each meal and focus on one stress reducing habit, like maybe going for a 10-minute walk after dinner. Okay. So you can start doing these things right away. These things will help you start getting toned, fit, and defined over beyond 40, whether you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. You can implement all of these things. So let me just see here. I don't think we have any comments here. I don't see any comments here from you guys. I hope this was really helpful for you ladies. The other thing that I want you to watch out for is I'm going to be doing a master class next week. So you have to sign up for my master classes that I do, like a webinar. It's going to be about how it's a holiday nutrition masterclass. So how to handle your nutrition over the holidays so that you can avoid gaining weight over the holidays. The average person gains about 5 to 8 pounds over the holidays. So you want to look out for that. It's a free masterclass. You got to come and do it. When you sign up for the masterclass, you're going to get my holiday recipe book, and you'll also get some tips, a guide on how to avoid gaining weight over the holidays. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be posting that over the next couple days so that you can sign up for that. All right, ladies, thanks so much. If you have any questions, please pop it in the comment section. And yeah, we will chat again next week. Bye for now, ladies. See ya.